My name is Laban Rooms. I grew up in East London, a place called Leytonstone, a single parent family. Mother couldn't quite afford to make ends meet, so I decided from an early age that I would help her out and decided to pursue a dream that I'd seen in America, which was portable gold plating. We have a range of luxury items that can be purchased online and through stores such as Selfridges and Harrods. And we also have a very elite set of customers that have items done from time to time, such as Elton John, the Beckhams, the Usain Bolt. Because we're such a unique company, there's been many people that want to try to emulate our success. So to trademark the company and the logo name, that was literally one of our first priorities.
It all started in 2007, just after I had my baby. We were going to a family party to show her off, and we just set off, and I couldn't remember if I picked up the clean, sterilised bottle. I knew I had cartons of formula milk in the car, so I basically said to my husband, "Did you pick up the bottle?" He said, "No, you will have done." So I made him climb over the back seat to check, and whilst he was rummaging through the baby bag, I ranted, "Why hasn't anyone invented anything that can directly attach to the carton?" We went to the party, came out 6 hours later, and I just said to my husband, "I can't stop thinking about it." Typical man, he'd already forgotten. Thinking about what? Why hadn't anyone invented anything that could directly attach to the carton? We discussed it all the way home, came home, researched on the internet. There was nothing there. So we contacted Peter Jones from the Dragon's Den, because he was the biggest thing back then, and told him to give us a ring. He didn't, but he sent an automated email response back, which basically said, "Thank you for inquiry. If you've patented it, fill in this form. If you haven't, this is how you patent." So the next morning, I followed his advice, contacted the Intellectual Property Office, and they got a free half-hour session with a patent attorney who loved it. He was a father with 3 young kids, and basically he gave me lots of business advice. I knew when I left that meeting that I was that was the start of the journey, and that's how it all began.
So if we can just go through into the electronics lab. The reason we got into safety products was because when we first started the business, we actually started with a business model rather than actually having a specific product idea. And we went around the house, we were looking at lots of different products. We were looking at televisions and toasters and kettles. And all of a sudden we looked up and there was a smoke alarm there with the cover open and a wire hanging out of it. That was really the reason why we got into this market. So just go through now into the next area. This is the area where we do all the mechanical and product design. So once we'd established that we wanted to be in the smoke alarm business, we knew we needed something very, very new. We came up with a very, very innovative idea for this product here, which is a smoke alarm that fits in a light fitting. And it took us 3 years and a very, very significant investment to get this product to market.
Yes, we started 10 years ago with £25,000. We invested heavily into intellectual property protection, and we now have a company worth more than £20 million.
So the idea for Sugru came to me while I was studying product design at the Royal College of Art in London a bit more than 10 years ago. And I'd previously studied sculpture, and then I was moving into design because I wanted to make something a bit more useful for the world. What if actually it was possible to mend things and take care of the stuff that you had, and if that was a fun sort of thing to do? So that's the idea for Sugru, and it really is as easy as child's play. You know, what could be easier than Play-Doh? And so the idea was to make a super functional sort of space-age version of Play-Doh that anyone could use, but then would have fantastic material properties so that it could go outdoors or in the dishwasher or into all kinds of extreme conditions as well. So we have a few different types of IP here at Sugru. We have patents on our material composition, and we have granted patents in Europe and in China. They're pending in the US and in India, but we've tried to get as much patent coverage as we could afford in the main territories globally. And then the second thing that we have is a trademark on the name Sugru, which is super important to us because as a small company, we weren't able to afford, of course, global coverage with our patents. So it's really important to back that up with some sort of trademark coverage in places like Japan, for instance.
We made a conscious decision to protect our IP from the very start because we knew we were competing with global chemical companies and we had to get it right.
went about protecting my IP by contacting the IP attorney and asking advice about what are the correct classes to actually protect my trademark under. They were very, very helpful, but since we've done that, obviously there's a greater peace of mind, and we've protected for the UK, Europe, Australia and USA pending. The Gold Genie franchise came about through public demand. We found that lots of people from abroad especially were asking, how can we get into this business? We started selling a business opportunity, which went really well, but then we started having people wanting to control their whole country. So again, I saw a franchise lawyer, and we franchised the company properly, putting in all the procedures, the training manuals, operation manuals, etc. And we started selling master franchises. We've had instances where companies have tried to register our trademark. One of them was in Australia, but luckily we got there first. If I was doing it all again, I wouldn't hesitate to make the investment into protecting the IP, because it could be the best business decision that anyone out there could possibly make.
We came up with this idea. To get it to market, we needed professional advice. We went to the patent attorneys and they gave us the advice. We knew that we needed a patent, the importance of it, especially now because we're trading globally, and the patent has actually taken us into the territories that we needed to go into. If people copied our idea, it would be detrimental to our business. The patent, it warns people off and it gives us protection, and it was important for our innovation to be able to do that. Chili Pete's has now been trading for 18 months. We're in 14 countries and we're growing globally, not only through territories but also our range, which is coming off our patent, our original patent, so that we've got a nice range of products, and we're looking forward to a really healthy future.
Protecting IP has been very, very important to the business strategy. In the early days when it was about launching an innovative product, it was very much about patents. But as the business has grown and as the business has become more successful, trademarks are becoming increasingly important to protect what we've built up. We've worked very, very hard and we've invested a huge amount of money in order to get the business into the position in the commercial space that it is today. So if somebody were to copy us, it would really take a lot of that value away. So we need to be able to be confident that we can protect our position in the marketplace.